Hello there, everybody. I'm Mr. Game Pie. Welcome back to Asagao Academy. Of course, my girlfriend is still here.
Hey!
And, yeah, last time we went into the hallway to find this.
Yeah, everything got weird all of a sudden.
Jared is everywhere. Alright, let's hear. Mai and I arrived at Poppy Hall the next morning, and it immediately became clear. Something changed. Posters drenched in nausea-inducing neon colors were plastered on the lockers. Several students gathered to take a look.
Oh my gosh.
We walked over to one of the walls to get a better look.
Is that Jared?
When Mai didn't respond, I turned to look at her. The expression on her face told me that her mind wandered somewhere that would have made a call girl blush.
My, you are so thirsty. Hi, you're drooling.
That seemed to jolt her out of her fantasy. She lifted a sleeve to wipe away the drivel on her chin.
I am not. What are these posters for? Well, last year Jared put on a fashion show. It looks like he's doing it again this year. I didn't know Jared was into fashion.
Mai shrugged.
He's not.
I waited for some type of clarification.
He's so cute.
One time in biology, I saw him take off his sweater and his shirt kind of got stuck to it and pulled up, and I swear he had like 20 abs. My.
I heard that Pro Jared is ripped. That Pro Jared is shredded.
Mai is perfect and precious, and only good things need to happen to her.
Yep. Anyway, I waited in vain.
Good morning.
Hello, ladies. Oh no. Mai and I whipped around. There stood Jared in all his glittering, magnificent glory. Mai's face turned a blushing pink.
It wasn't already?
I guess nobody's really saying this, so I guess narrator time. The most beautiful guy in school. I see you're admiring my totally sweet posters.
Yeah, they're really something, Jared. I like your abs!
With a sudden soul-crushing realization of what she said, her expression twisted into a mixture of horror and disgust.
I know.
Jared was unfazed.
Hannah?
Thanks, but Hannah, it was actually you I wanted to speak to. Why would he want to talk to me?
Yeah, okay. What's up?
Jared looked expectantly at mine. She didn't move. Realizing she was in trouble, I nudged her with my elbow as subtly as I could.
Hey,
Mai, would you go get me a soda? I'm really thirsty.
Oh, I'm sure you are, Hannah.
Yeah, you're not the only one there, Hannah.
Without a word, Mai scuttled away. Jared turned back to me, a cool glint in his eye. He seemed used to the effect he had on women. Well, I wanted to talk to you about the fashion show, actually. You're new here and all, so you probably don't know, but every year I like to put on a little fashion show to showcase my modeling skills.
what?
Wait, what?
You know, just to make sure people don't forget what I'm capable of. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a stack of glossy photos, thrust them in my hands. I stared down at them in awe. Those pictures.
Wow.
I flipped through them, starting to notice a pattern. As you can tell, my beauty is something that simply can't go to waste. I like to hold a fashion show here at Asagao Academy to ensure everyone gets their yearly dose of Pro Jared. I flipped to the last photo. Heat shot up my neck and into my ears. Surely this was some kind of joke. I shoved the stack of photos back at him, wiping my sweaty palms against my shirt.
What does this have to do with me?
Ah, that might have been a touch rude.
A
Jared,
little bit.
as smooth as ever, simply smiled.
You're perfect.
I think you have potential, Hana. He suddenly leaned in close to me, so close, in fact, that I could smell his cologne, a musky, sweet aroma of earthly scents and... ham?
Potential for what exactly? Okay, but the thing is, like, Hana has very much proven that she has very little social graces so far,
This is true.
and I feel like this entire situation really sucks for her because she just doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. So yeah, Jared shifted, his mouth so close to my ear I could feel his heat. For greatness. He reached into his shirt pocket and retrieved a small slip of paper. With quivering hands, I accepted it.
All right.
My card, my number's on the bottom. If you're ever interested, I could teach you a thing or two about modeling. I stared down at the card in my hand, feeling that if I looked away, it would disappear. By the time I gathered the courage to face him again, Jared was gone. He pulled a Batman on us!
Yep,
Feeling quite...
that is just a jerk move. You don't just pull a Batman on someone.
Honestly, I've pulled a Batman on a couple people before. Usually because I had important business to take care of.
I honestly probably do that all the time because I walk very quietly by accident.
Yeah, me too. I remember one time, it was like at the end of the school year and I had to pick up my papers and stuff, but at the same time everybody was talking to each other because it was the end of the school year. Well, I just sort of left the group that I was with because I had to go grab my stuff without telling anybody. And whenever I came back, they were like, dude, why'd you pull a Batman on us? It's like, I didn't even think I was doing that. Anyway, feeling quite dizzy, I headed for class, the business card strangled to death in my white-knuckled hand. By the time I got through the milling students into the classroom, Mai was sitting at her desk, face down and completely still. I took my seat and twisted around to poke the dejected, Mai-shaped heat. She didn't budge.
Hey!
Bye. Bye.
I heard a muffled groan of despair.
I can't believe this.
I'm such a social disaster. No, you're not.
I tried to sound comforting, but I was never good at this sort of thing. Mai finally lifted her head from her desk.
What's that?
She motioned to the business card that was still in my hand. I sat in front of her. Mai appraised it for a long minute with a blank face, as if I set a rare artifact in front of her that she didn't actually believe was real. Then her eyebrows pulled together.
He gave you his number?
Well,
Well, yeah, sort of. I mean, not really. He said I should call him if I want him to teach me how to model like him.
It was embarrassing to even say, and the words felt awkward in my mouth. The moment I said them out loud, I wished I could grab them back and swallow them. I expected Mai to give me a once-over before making an off-the-cuff comment about how I wasn't nearly pretty enough to be a model.
Then you don't know Mai yet.
But she didn't.
yeah!
He, like, totally wants to get with you.
Her tone was so matter-of-fact, I gasped.
What?
What? No, he doesn't. Why would you say that?
Bingo.
Okay, Hana. I've taken enough sex ed classes to know when a guy fully wants you. And Jared, like, fully wants you.
Mortified,
Why?
I snatched the business card back off her desk and shoved it in my jacket pocket, turning away. My cheeks felt like they were on fire. By now the classroom was filled with students. They chatted amongst themselves, but the white noise of their conversations wasn't loud enough to drown Mai out. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see John and PBG seated in their desks at the back of the classroom.
I'm talking serious grabby hands in the back of his dad's Camaro here. You're gonna make babies with Pro Jared Hana. Little, glittering Jared babies.
What?
You need to slow down!
Yeah, I don't think Hannah's right for that.
You really need to slow down, honey.
Utilize the chill to maximum effect.
No, I'm not. You're totally crazy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Miss Shizuka, like some kind of angel, cleared her throat at the front of the class. I exhaled gratefully and sunk down in my seat. When class finally ended, Mai and I headed for the cafeteria. The incident forgotten in her hurried attempt to explain Miss Shizuka's scandalous last relationship.
What a jerk!
Seriously, he spent all this time trying to choose between her and some dead chick who only liked him because he looked like her ex-boyfriend. I mean, who does that?
I feel like that's a reference to some game, but I don't even know what it would be, so...
I really do, but I got nothing.
We got our food and hesitated in the middle of the room looking at the Knoll Boots table. Neither of us wanted to go up and demand a seat, especially after wiggling our way in the day before. What if they changed their minds? But Satch, noticing us standing like lost lambs in the middle of the room, waved us over.
Hey, girl.
Hey girl, how was class?
Oh, you know, normal?
Satch nodded and turned away, having been in the middle of talking to Josh. That was awkward. Despite how familiarly he treated me, I still didn't know how to talk to him, or any of them. I looked across the table and locked eyes with PBG, who stared at me like I was a baby German shepherd. You...
Alright!
Cookies!
What?
What?
Oh, sick!
You brought us cookies! You're the best, Gerard! Paul sprang out of his chair and practically tackled Gerard. Whoa, calm down! There's more than enough cookies to go around. Gerard started passing the cookies around the table, but paused. You're back again? He looked at Mai and me. I tried to ignore the disappointment on his face. Well, here. He handed us each a cookie, then headed back across the cafeteria.
Aw.
I stared at the small chocolate chips melting in the warm cookie. Did he not want us here? But he was so nice yesterday.
Anna!
I didn't even want to eat the cookie. Not if he was going to be as two-faced as that.
Anna!
Hi! Watch where you're walking next time! A sheepish Gerard stood next to a short, skinny boy who was holding his tray above his head. I'm sorry, I'll be more careful. Oh, you're from Normal Boots. Wait, you're the guy who plays with itty-bitty kitties, aren't you? The boy sneered. How the hell did you manage to get a group like that? Huh? They're my friends. Playing with those stupid dolls. You're an embarrassment.
I'm gonna be totally honest.
Yeah.
I have been in that position before. Actually, about a year ago.
Oh, wow.
So I have this group of friends in the city that I live in. They're all great people. All awesome, great people.
Nice.
But none of them really understand why I play this one game that I play called Love Live. It's like a rhythm game kind of thing.
Yeah.
None of them really get it. And it's a thing that I really enjoy, and there's one guy out of our group who actually made fun of me a lot back when I started playing it.
Really? That's not cool.
Because it's the only thing that he kind of knew it from was Tumblr, which a lot of the Tumblr blogs that he follows are very big into the not so great side of anime.
Oh.
So the only way that he had been exposed to that was that side of things, and I have shown him the game since then, and he said that it was pretty cool, but I have kind of been in that position where a lot of people were judging me for the one thing that I liked, and a lot of people didn't understand why people were friends with me because of that. So I can kind of relate here because I have had that kind of situation,
Yeah.
and it was actually pretty recently. So
It's not fun.
yeah.
See, the kid's friends were hitting his shoulders, looking from Gerard to our table with panicked eyes.
I like what I like.
I think they're fun!
And that's the reaction you should have to that.
Yep. The kid was led off by his friends. Gerard came back and sat down at the table. That was weird. Gerard sat down and began happily munching on his cookie, looking for all the world, like he didn't care about what just happened. I scanned the cafeteria for the boy who'd heckled him and found him sitting alone at a table, head in his hands. His friends left him behind.
What was that about?
Oh, that? I used to get it all the time. I collect itty-bitty kitty figurines. You know that kids show with the 5 kittens who live in Kitten Town? Yeah, that's definitely My Little Pony. That is...
Yeah,
That's
yeah, it's definitely a My Little Pony spoof.
Yeah. They were originally supposed to have magic powers, but... whatever. I collect their figurines. They're so cute. I've almost got them all. I'm only missing Princess Pumpernickel. She's the rarest.
But why was that guy making fun of you? Doesn't it bother you?
I was afraid of bringing up bad feelings, but Gerard just shook his head. It looks kind of weird, right? A teenage boy collecting toys meant for little girls?
Uh-huh.
But I like them, so I don't let it bother me. Sorry, I didn't bring enough cookies the first time, Anna. I forgot that you were joining us again, but I'm glad you're here.
There you go.
I bit my lip. See, Hana? He was being nice the whole time, and here you were jumping to conclusions. Hey, your cookie will get cold if you don't eat it. I unwrapped the cookie. Scent of chocolate and cinnamon hit me. I broke off a piece and popped it into my mouth. Gerard whispered something into Nick's ear, who started laughing so hard milk came out of his nose. Gee whiz, Nick just seems really accident-prone.
A little bit.
Was he really okay with people making fun of him? I couldn't believe it. I didn't believe it. At my old school, people made fun of me every day. It was hell. There was no way he could just brush it off like that. Not when I tried so hard to do the same. But as I finished the cookie and started on my ramen, and Gerard continued to laugh with the rest of the normal dudes, I wondered whether it was as impossible as I always thought.
Oh, no.
It's not hard to make friends. You just be nice to people
Yeah,
and hope
theoretically.
they aren't mean to you.
Yeah, well, that's
That's-
the second part right there.
That's really all it is. Like she's had so much bad things happen to her in her past, and that makes me feel really sad for Hana.
Yeah,
She's great.
she
She's
is.
precious.
Indeed. Hana, can you pass me some pepper?
I got it! Here, Jared!
Thanks. What's your name again?
Oh. It's Mai.
Nice.
Thanks, Mai.
Okay, to be fair, they've only met like twice.
Yeah.
So, I can kinda agree with that one.
I mean, honestly, I'm so bad at names that, like, for a long time in 2nd grade, I had a friend of mine who was like my best friend, but for like months, maybe even a year on end, I could not remember the guy's name for the life of me. It's like, now that's probably the worst example of that I've ever had, but still, I am terrible at names, so.
It's even worse for me because, like, I typically don't remember people by their name as often as I remember them by characters they play in roleplay groups and things like that.
Yeah.
So that makes things a little harder for me.
I mean, fortunately, I was role-playing a self-insert whenever we met, so.
Yeah.
that probably helps.
Mhm. Well, Hana, ready to head back? Huh? Oh, yeah.
Did Mai look sad, or did I imagine it? We threw our tray on the racks and headed out of the cafeteria. As we waved normal boots and Gerard cheerily waved back, a sudden pang hit my stomach. Was it guilt?
Why are you guilty? What are you guilty about? You have nothing to be guilty about.
Yeah, pretty much.
You literally have nothing to be guilty about, Hana. You made friends and you did a good.
Hana,
You got by friends with them. Like, she did the best possible thing and she's guilty about it.
Hana is just a ball of anxiety.
I can relate.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people out there who can relate to Hana, and that's kind of why she makes a very good main character.
Indeed.
Especially for a lot of the people who do watch Let's Plays and YouTube and stuff like that. It's... I don't know. I feel like, from what I see from fandoms and things like that,
Yeah.
that's all I really know. A lot of those people do have anxiety and things like that, so this is nice to see that represented in a way that's not saying that, hey, you need to get over this right now,
Very true.
and more in a way of, it's there and you need to get through it, but take your time and work through it at your pace.
Yes.